Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you a quick but as detailed video as I possibly can on the removal and installation of the gauge cluster in the event that you want to modify it from analog to digital. We're going to go through the left AC vent to prevent damage of going in through the LED strip. Going in through this AC vent is a lot easier and a lot faster. The tools that we're going to use is possibly a bone tool for removal of the plastic parts, the extension ratchet, the ratchet itself, and a 9/32 socket. All right, with all that being said, let's get started. First, we're going to remove the cover over the steering wheel. You can use your bone tool to get it started, but it can be removed by hand. I'm going to lift up here, and then I'm going to pull here. Again, use the bone tool if you need it. It just snaps right on out. Come on this side by your engine start stop and pull it out. Raise it up, disengage, and then just move it off to the side. You don't even have to unplug the engine start stop switch unless you want to. All right, so I'm just gonna have that placed on the side. Inside, underneath the gauge cluster are two 9/32 screws, one on the left side of the pod and one on the right side of the pod. In order to remove your AC vent, you're gonna reach your hand from the back side here and then kind of pull that forward. You can use your bone tool to assist you with that. As well, you can remove or pull down your panel on your light switch. So I'm gonna pull that down. You just kind of press inward, and then pull down. What I'm gonna do is just stick my hand up here to kind of support the AC vent and then pry this out. Now this AC vent is connected in two pieces with the piano black trim and then the vent itself behind it. Now I'm going to attempt to pull it out all in one piece, but if yours comes separated, don't worry about it. You're not going to break it. It's made to come out in two pieces, but I'm going to try and give it a go in one piece. Just that simple, it is out. I'm gonna set it up here. Now I'm gonna grab my socket and extension. Now I've gone in here obviously more than once because I have the digital gauge cluster. So I've hand tightened the bolts that are in here. So I'm going to attempt to just remove it by hand. And if yours isn't as loose as mine is, then what you can do is attach your socket to it. Okay. That's the first one. Kind of a tight space. I'm gonna set that right up top. That's the left side, and now for the right side. And now, in order to remove this, you're just gonna pull it forward and it's gonna drop down, and it's got a lip underneath the dash here that kind of prevents it from sliding out. Just give it a nice little press and it should remove right on out. Now I'm gonna pull out towards this direction away from the trim on the right. Again, by pulling out this AC vent, it allows you to bring it out a lot easier. And it's that simple. Now, to prevent any scratches from your on your gauge cluster, you can have a towel set up here to protect your screen so that you are not damaging it in any way. All right, from the inside here, you're going to have to unplug the cable that's going to the gauge cluster. If you look inside, you can see the cable. All right, now on the GS cluster, the connector is on the far left side, so it's gonna be a tight squeeze. But on your analog gauge cluster, it's gonna be right here on the right side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unplug it from the inside before I actually pull it out. Or I might just pull it out now. And there's that connector. All right, so it's just a standard GM connector. Pull this red tab back. You're gonna take a flathead screwdriver and then just press down here. And that allows you to release that connector. Push it forward. And that's it. Gauge cluster removed. Here's what the back of the GS cluster looks like. You can order the cluster with the heads-up display port in case you would like to modify that in the future. I did not attempt to do that because of cost and the spacing up in here. As you look inside of this cluster, you've got your AC vent here, all right, and then your head-up display is up here. So imagine how far back you have to go in order to get that installed. All right, and installing it is the same in reverse order. Again, with the GS cluster, the connector is on the far left side. With your analog cluster, it's on the right side. So again, it will be pretty tight, but make sure you go in from this direction and you'll be able to slide it in. And that's all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments, hey, leave me a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Thank you.